Today I'm going to talk to you about the real DEI. I want you to listen. Some of y'all going to learn something today. You know, when I type up a lawsuit, I don't normally get, there's levels of attorneys. There's the associates, that's the one that's coming in. Then you have the counsel, the shareholders, the partners, all of that. You have the lower level, the middle level, the high level, and then the top pop. Now, when I started being pro se, I used to deal with the entry level. At this point, when I type up a lawsuit, I deal with the medium and top level. The stakes are high. They play in the wind. They play hard. And I have to be able to know the game and don't buy into it. Now, I noticed something about what happened yesterday. Trump went to the United States Supreme Court, which was unprecedented. We have never heard of a United States sitting or a retired president going to sit in the United States Supreme Court. But those who are in the legal know that was a intimidation move. But I'm going to tell you something about the real DEI. See, most black attorneys, even no matter how good they are, have to prove themselves to get into a law firm. Even if their grades are top notch, they still have to prove themselves to get in that law firm. Many of them don't. Many of them don't even start off in the entry level. Many of them have to start their own practices, or they have to they work so hard for so long to get where they're going. That's even in corporate. It's even in corporate. A lot of black attorneys are going to get disbarred or suspended in their lifetime. Or what is a sanction? Many of them are. Because unlike a white attorney, white attorneys can be able to do everything. But I'm going to tell you why. See, white attorneys, if you look, I used to go, University of Memphis was at, the law library was at University of Memphis. They used to have the names. That's before they start putting the codes on there. They putting the numbers on there. But they used to have the name of the attorney and the last name and the front name, and you can look at his scores, his class they had on a big old board, and you see more C's and D's and stuff, and then you saw a lot of A's and B's, but you saw C's and D's, and I used to write them names down. I did. I used to write them down. Oh, I gotta be in here. It's time for you to go, little B. Don't get out. Happy birthday. But anyway, I used to write them names down. I did. And then I used to have them in a book. And then when I go in there and look and see what he was associate of a major law firm, which they only, back then, they only accept the first 100 or the first 20. But you see them C and D students getting jobs at major law firms and stuff, and you be like, how he get a job there? His dad and mom and dad or somebody knew somebody. I have worked against white lawyers who have had to have the assistance of the judge to help them win their case. Well, you know what? I'm going to even give you a good example. Memphis got a lawyer named Richard Glassman that should be in jail right about now. He had committed perjury, forgery. He has lied. Now he's trying to get out of all of it. Had to have the help of a judge. Shelby County judge. But yet, them judges are what protecting him. Elected officials are protecting him. My son had called everybody in America, everybody in Tennessee trying to get help. But see, Democrats don't help their own. We don't help each other. We don't want to get involved. If you notice, like I said, have you noticed that look how they I'm not saying that Wanda Halbert did it, or if she didn't deserve it or not, but look how all them Indians got around her to get her, to help her get out of office. They finna move forward to get her out of office. And half of y'all know a whole bunch of folks who if not like Wanda Halbert, similar to Wanda Halbert, but we can't get black politicians to stand up like that. Not in Tennessee, no. No, they don't want to burn bridges. They don't want to mess things up. You know, if anything, people said that the Republican Party is gonna die. No, it's not. No, it's not. The reason why is because there's too many people that wants to be in that party so bad. Blacks, poor blacks, educated blacks, and blacks who do not want to be black. That's the reality. That is the reality. See, all this stuff is being exposed. It's not just in our political, but our judiciary. And see, now it's time for us to get back. Not just, if you're going to get back the politicians, you need to go and look into our judges. Who you elect as a judge. Who you elect as somebody that if you got to go to court, you want them to be fair. That's in anything. Who's going to stand? What leader going to stand up for you when you have exhausted all your means? When somebody is doing you wrong, when the city is doing you wrong, who going to stand up for you? That's what I look at. Can I call, if they doing a violation, or ordinance violation, a state violation, a city violation, can I call and get it done? That's something you need to think about. And I'm finna direct this to some candidates that I'm just finna direct. I'm gonna start with here, Anna Goodley. She's running against Chuck Fleischman. And I'm going to tell you something. It's all right now. She ain't got no fight because she's a Democrat with no other person running. But baby, you're going to have to get some horns on this one. Because all these people are mindset like Trump. They are out to steal, kill, and destroy. By the way, these big boobs are real. Tell Kristen Gnomes that. These big boobs are real. Anyway. Then you gotta go. I'm going to tell you about Justin. Justin, you dealing with a old man that don't want to give up. He ain't did nothing. And people are endorsing him. But he don't want to get up. And run your path. Run your path. There are many looking at you, favoring you, than they are corn. Run your path. Speak your truth. Mike Williams, old Mighty Mike, crime fighter Mighty Mike. He was the president of the Memphis Police Association. His wife is a police officer. You know, I think he would have made a great mayor. And when he did, because you know what, I'm going to tell you something. You need somebody. I don't care what you say. You can sit here and talk about the police department, all that, but I'm going to tell you something. When your morale is down, People don't want to go to work. When they being beat up, not only by the citizens, but by the administration that they work for. I promise you, I put that I saw a police officer. He was in Whitehaven. He was just sitting in his car. He said, I'm sitting here. It was 12 something. He said, I'm sitting here to 2 o'clock so I can go home. I remember when police officers used to cruise the neighborhoods and stuff in Memphis. They knew the neighbors. They knew who it was. They knew who house. Now they just want to get a check. And one of them told me, don't be surprised you see me in Chattanooga. Y'all morale is down. Y'all need to pick it up. See, I'm going to tell you something. Wrong, I don't care what you say. When I hear somebody say that, they don't matter if the person is black. If they did wrong, they going to support them. You don't need to be my governor. Mike, you run your race. I think this is your time. I really do. I think this is your time. It's time for Tennessee to clean house. And we need to stop saying, I'm doing my part. We need to fight. If it's just 10 of us, we need to fight like our lives depend on it. Because our lives do depend on it. See, one thing I learned about me is that, you know what? All the stuff that I've done, I guess because I'd rather say I tried than to sit and say I didn't. And a lot of times that intimidates people, especially when I do legal work, when I built that fireplace, when I work on my car. I intimidate people. Because you know why? Because a lot of them says, well, I can't do it. Or the fact that they look at my size, they look at my hair, I'm great. Or they look at my size and say I'm a woman. Now, I'm going to say this. No matter how bad these MAGAs are going through or how bad some Republicans are going through, they still going to say, I'd rather have voted for him than voted for a woman, let alone a black woman. But we need a change. Memphis, they gunning for y'all because y'all the only Democratic city in the state of Tennessee. Y'all need somebody that's going to stand up for y'all. Harold Collins been in office for 30 years. Some of them are going by name. Some of them are trying to get a check. Some of them are going through, they time expired in their position and they got to go somewhere else. But I don't want you to vote on name. I don't want you to vote on I want you to vote on the fact of one thing. I want you to go like I do and drive through your city. I just do this. Drive through your city with a pen and a piece of paper. And you write down all the problems that you see: potholes, blight, trash on the city, on the streets, crime. I want you to do all of that. All of that. Can you get your utility paid? Can you get, because they cut that out. I want you to go through all your stuff. And then that's on one sheet. And then the next sheet, I want you to write down your city council. Who's your city council? Who's your county mayor? Who's your city mayor? Who's your city, your county commissioner? I want you to do all of that. Even further than that, go write who the school board is. When you do all of that, see how long they've been in office. See how long they've been in office. See, y'all voting for them to have a paycheck. And the city of Memphis pay the highest county and city and county taxes combined. You could barely make it. Y'all could barely feed yourself. And then Trump putting all this other stuff on you. Don't make that retirement money look good, pretty good now. And then you say to yourself, what am I getting out of it? What am I getting out of it? Because you on the bottom of the totem pole. Just like I am here. But the difference is that what are you getting out of it? If you don't mind paying for other folks' stuff and you're not getting anything, then that's okay. If you don't mind voting for folks because they got a name, I'm gonna be honest, I don't give a damn who endorsed who. The clowns endorsed Trump. I don't care about that. I don't care who endorsed who. My thing is that who's gonna work for you. And finally, I'm finna say this. I'm speaking about Heidi. Yeah, y'all gotta come on up now. You need a negotiator. The best person, the wisest person, is somebody that got a wise person next to them. Heidi got somebody surrounded by people. Why you think that expungement clinic is so popular in Memphis? Half of y'all benefited from it. And if you didn't, it used to be a time, a lot of folks, it ain't no excuse now for you to ride around if you can, and you ain't got no driver's license in Memphis. Because back then, that was the it thing. And very few people, if you had a driver's license, you was elite. There's no reason why you should not have your driver's license. She have the expungement clinic. And she did that in one department. Just imagine if she held the county down. Nah, this ain't about a time to vote for race. This ain't the time to start voting for because you know so-and-so is this. This ain't the time to vote on friendship. This ain't the time to vote because you know what? He been in office for 30-some years and you don't know what the hell he has done. And all you know is that he ain't been in no scandal. This ain't the time to vote because you know what? It doesn't matter. This is not the time to sit here and make those things. We are fighting for our lives. You are fighting for your existence, your legacy, your grandchildren, your children. I'd rather for Harold Collins and allowing them to go home, find them another job, than to risk putting them in office and regretting my vote. I ain't got nothing against them. Personally, I have nothing against them. I have nothing against Chuck. Chuck is with Trump. And Trump is not for y'all benefit. What are your thoughts on it?